beauty things. Welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. I got my Santa Paws mug ready to go. Today I will be doing my final makeup roulette of 2020. So if you're not familiar with what my makeup roulette entails, is we go through every category of my makeup. We discuss in the last month how much that category either went up or down, and we let a number generator choose a full face of makeup for us. And later on in the month, I will do a full inventory end of year update for sure, where we see how each category changed from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. So if you guys want to hear all of my inventory updates for the month and have a whole random face of makeup chosen for me, then keep on watching. Let's go. It was very hard for me to get out of bed today. Very hard. So our first category is bronzers, blush, highlights, and face palettes. What I usually do is I let the number generator choose between 1 individual products or 2 a face palette. So before I do that, I'll let you know all the changes that happened in those categories this past month. So for bronzers, I had no change in inventory. For blushes, I got 1 new. Highlighters, I had no change. And face palettes, I got 1 new. So I always just use the Google number generator, and we're going to use number 1, which means individuals. So for bronzers, I have 35, and we will be using number 33. Okie dokie. For blushes, I have 60, and we will be using number 9. Oh, haven't used that in a while. And then for highlighters, I have 40. We will be using number 16. Oh, another one I haven't used in a while. Okay, so the next category is eyeshadows. So I have this broken into both single eyeshadow palettes and then each individual eyeshadow I own. So again, I let the number generator choose between 1 a palette or 2 individuals, and if we do get individuals, I'd let it choose 5 random. So for eyeshadow palettes in November, I did increase by 2, and as far as single individual shadows, I increased by 20, but also went down by 3. So we're going to let it choose between 1 and 2, and we got number 1, so we're doing an eyeshadow palette. I have 58. I'm really hoping we don't get something super like summery. That's probably like the worst we could get right now, so let's see. Number 20. Oh, that's perfect. We can totally make that work this time of year. Okay, next is foundations. And in November, I had no change in my foundations. I will say if I draw something that is a self-tan shade, I'm going to redraw for obvious reasons. So I have 66 foundations, and we got number 40, which I think this one we can use. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've used it. I think this shade works, hopefully. All right, wow. I can't tell you the last time I used this one. I kind of forgot I owned it. Okay, next category is the weird one that has eyeshadow primers and lash glue in it. So I had no change last month. Basically, I'll let it try to choose an eyeshadow primer. If we get a lash glue, I'll just re-go. So for this category, there are 13 items. We got number 10, which is a eye primer. The next category is concealers. I had no change in November. So I have 30 concealers. We got number 18. Oh boy. Yikes. That's all I can say is yikes. Not a favorite. All right, for setting sprays, I had no change in November, and I have 37 total. We'll be using number 2. Cool. Now for brow products, I had no change in November, so I have 56. We landed on number 24. Which is the brow pencil. So I might also try to roll for a brow gel to go with the brow pencil. But I can't tell you last time I used this brow pencil, that's for sure. Let's see if we can get a brow gel to go with it. 27 is a pencil. 12 is a brow gel. Let's do that. The next category is eyeliners. I had no change in November, so I have 55. We got number 29. Can't tell you last time I used this one. Okay, our next category is face powders. I did finish up 1 in November, so we now have 34. I got number 20. Okay, that's a good one. The next category is face primers. I did finish up 1 in November, so now I have 43. And we got number 5. Cool, cool. Okay, so for lips, I do have it broken into lipsticks, liquid lipsticks, lip glosses, and lip liners. So I let the number generator choose between 1 and 4. So for lipsticks, I increased by 1 in November. Liquid lipsticks, I increased by 2, but also decluttered 1. Lip glosses, I increased by 3. And lip liners, I had no change. So let's first let it choose between 1 and 4. And we got number 1, which is we're gonna use a regular lipstick. I have 71 lipsticks. Is it gonna match the eyeshadow? Let's see. 69. Oh, okay. This is a newer one to me. I've only used like once or twice so far. Not sure if it's gonna go with our eye look, but that's okay. Final category is mascara. I did acquire 2 new mascaras in November, so I now have 26. And we got number 12, which is a new product I've never tried before. Ooh, wait, that's exciting. Okay, that one I'm actually kind of excited to try now. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab all these products and then we'll try to make a full face of makeup. I'll be right back. Okay, cat ears are on. It means it's time for business. So we will be starting off with product number 1, which is our primer, which we landed on number 5, which is a little sample I got from Sephora. This is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Hydrating Primer. It's so tiny. Like, obviously something I easily could finish up. So that's the consistency of this primer. And it does kind of remind me a lot of like the Smashbox Primerizer. It has that same very lightweight, hydrating feel to it. Obviously it feels very nice, but it's definitely not something I would go out and spend Laura Mercier dollar bills on. Okay, next we're going to use our concealer, and I landed on number 18, which is the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. One of the reasons I don't like this is the shade Porcelain, which is so dark in my opinion. I also hate that it has this brush applicator. I just feel like the product dispenses so bizarrely. But like, it's such a strange, like, I don't even know what to call that color. But I'm not a fan. But let's see, I haven't used it in a while. Maybe my opinion will change. I just really hate that applicator, honestly. So I am going to go in with my beauty blender and get some coverage. I will say it definitely has coverage. Like, there's no doubt about that. I guess it's blending out better than I remember. I don't know, it's been a while since I reached for this one for sure. Well, it definitely erased my dark circles from all my lack of sleep, so we got that going for us. Okay, so wow, I look awake now. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Okay, so for foundation, I landed on number 40, which is from Neutrogena, and this is their Healthy Skin Enhancer. So it looks kind of dark, but it says Ivory to Fair. So I'm gonna hope that we can kind of make this shade work. I don't know, I haven't used this foundation in quite a while. Oh, it looks so dark. Oh dear. All right, I am going to use like this Real Techniques face brush and try to really blend it in. I know it's kind of a lighter coverage, so I'm wondering if it will kind of work, which it seems to be blending out. It has a very intense SPF scent to it for sure. It also kind of looks kind of weird that we have such bright under eyes and such not a bright face. I feel like I'm gonna have to go in with the concealer a little bit to even out the shade a bit, because right now I'm a little too bright on the under eyes. So what if I like, see if we can just add a little cheeks, maybe down the nose, the chin. Let's see what that does. For starters, if we blend them together, just so that it's not such a stark contrast between foundation and concealer. Does that look a little better? I still feel like my under eyes look like they are glowing white compared to the face. I guess it looks a little less contrasty with the shade though now. It's just very, very glowy. I don't really have any opinions on this foundation. It's been so long since I've used it, I don't even remember, but that shade does not work right now. Not this time of year. So we're actually going to bronze now because I did land on a cream bronzer. And this was in last month's Shop My Stash. It is the Hula Quickie Contour Stick. I have this tiny little sample with this much left. So I usually put a little on the cheeks and then a tiny bit on the forehead. And then I'm just gonna go in with my sponge and blend it out. It's a very creamy formula. I find that it's pretty easy to blend out. I feel like I actually like the cream version of Hula better than the powder version. I don't know if that's a popular opinion, but that's how I feel. Okay, I feel like that maybe made everything worse. I don't know. I feel like I look way too tan. Oh boy, good thing I'm wearing a turtleneck today. Okay, for an eyeshadow primer, I landed on number 10, which is the CoverGirl Lid Lockup. In my opinion, this is very similar to the Urban Decay Primer Potion, but I do feel like there's not a ton of product in here. Like, I feel like it's already running low, and I might have to remove the stopper. I don't know. I'm just gonna use my sponge and tap it out a bit. The next thing is setting powder. I did land on number 20, which is actually a backup in my backup drawer. So I chose the one that's already open, and that is my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I do have this little guy here. So I'm going to use this to set my full face. So I'm going to start under my eyes with this Real Techniques setting brush. It's been a while since I've reached for this because I have been working on so many other powders in my stash to kind of finish up this year. This one's kind of been neglected a bit. Then I'm going to take a fluffier brush. This is a Firma 102 brush, and I'm going to set the rest of the face. All right, time for brows. So for the brow pencil I landed on was number 24, which is the AOA Sculpting Brow Pencil. This is from Shop Massé's brand, and I have this in the shade medium brown. I haven't used this in a very long time. No idea what this shade looks like. Hopefully it works. But it's more of a like triangular shape. Shade seems fine. It has more of a waxy feel to it. Yeah, I feel like that shade looks fine. Pencil's easy to use. Okay, yeah, I think that was really good. I didn't remember really liking this, but actually that was pretty good. And then I landed on number 12, which is the Essence Make Me Brow, which is probably one of my favorite tinted brow gels. I shouldn't say one of, it is my favorite. It is my favorite tinted brow gel, so there we go. Okay, next I'm going to go in with blush. So I landed on number 9, which is the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in the shade Vintage Rouge. Vintage Rouge. I don't know what word I just said, but this is Vintage Rouge. So I'm gonna go in, I didn't intentionally pick all these Real Techniques brushes, but this is a number 4 brush, which is like a little angled brush. I'm gonna go in, we're gonna blush it up. Went in a little hard there. I do like these, they smell just like the butter bronzer. I am not a huge fan of the butter highlighters, but I really do like the butter blush formula. I just went in a little intense, which is fine. Bring it up and around, a little over the nose, and then just kind of go in with our sponge. Make sure it's all, yeah, that's fine. We can have rosy cheeks, it's good. And then for a highlighter, I landed on number 16, which is actually an eyeshadow that I've always used as a highlight that I got in an Ipsy Glam bag a long time ago. This is the City Color City Chic eyeshadow in the shade Skinny Latte. But it's like a huge pan. First, like if you want to compare it to the butter blush, like this is an eyeshadow pan. That is why I use this as a highlighter. So I'm going to go back in with our little Real Techniques brush and highlight. Quite a glowy highlight. So then I'm going to go back over with our blush brush and just blend the highlight and the blush together. Okay, now we can do eyeshadow. So the palette I landed on was number 20, which is the Laura Lee Los Angeles Nudie Patootie palette. I've talked about this a lot lately on my channel, and I haven't really used it often on my channel, so what a good opportunity to use this. So I'm going to start with the shade right here in the center called Streaking with this BK Beauty 202 brush. I'm going to just put that right in the crease. I'm not really sure what kind of look I want to go for yet. Now I want to take a fluffier brush. So this number 7 brush from BH Cosmetics. And I'm going to go in with the shade here called Undressed and add that as more of a transition shade. Now I think I want to add a little bit of Bare over here, which is the more pinky shade. And then I'm not going to add anything extra to the BH Cosmetics brush. I'm just going to blend everything. Now I think I'm going to go in with Nakey Nakey, which is the very last shade in this palette. And I'm going to use this detailer brush from Beauty Junkies. Start adding that to the outer corner. And then I'm going to go back in with the BK Beauty brush and blend. Okay, I haven't decided what I want to do on the lid yet. So I'm going to go in with our eyeliner really quick, which is number 29, which is the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlighter. I totally bought this because of Emily Noel a while ago. We're going to lighten up our waterline. I haven't fully decided if I'm going to do any shadow under there or just leave it nice and awake looking. We'll see. I think I want to use 2 different shimmers. So I think in the center, I'm going to go in with this shade up here, which is called Uncover. And I'm just going to use my finger. Tap that in the center. And then more towards the inner corner, I'm gonna go in with this first shade, which is called Stark. Now I'm definitely going to do a little bit of blending. So I'm gonna make sure this brown is blended in to the center shade. And then I'm gonna go back over the crease with our BK Beauty brush. And then I'm gonna just clean up the edges. I think that's all I'm gonna do just to keep the under eye looking bright like it is right now. Yeah, there you go. Finally use this on my channel for the first time in such a long time. Next, we have setting spray, and I landed on number 2, which is my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, which I've been trying to pan forever now, it feels like. Wait, I think we just finished it. It happened. It happened. You guys saw it happen. That was amazing. Oh, it's a little splotchy, so I'm gonna let that dry for a second. Okay, let's do the mascara, since that's a new one and I'm really excited to try a new product. I landed on number 12, which is the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. I have a little sample of it. I've never tried this mascara. I'm kind of scared based on what I've heard about like the messiness and how crazy it is, especially when you first open it. That is the biggest wand I've ever seen. Holy crap. So I don't actually like the Better Than Sex mascara, so I have a feeling I'm not gonna love this mascara. All right, let's see what we can do here. It has a very strong odor. Okay. I did like, I don't really know how many coats I just did. It's okay. One of my issues with the Better Than Sex is how much it flakes on me throughout the day, so I'll be interested to see the longevity with this. It's not the worst I've used right off the bat. Okay, now the lip colors, where I'm kind of like not sure how this is gonna go. So I landed on number 69, which is the sample I recently tried out from Ulta. It's the Jane Iredale Forever Pink Just Kissed Lip Stain. So it kind of reminds me of those like pH balancing lip products where it just like turns like a bubblegum pink. Yeah, it's happening. It has a very distinct smell from my childhood that I really cannot identify. But yeah, that's not really my favorite lip color, bubblegum pink, but that is what the Roulette wanted us to do today. Definitely let me know what you guys thought of the final Roulette of the year. Hopefully, maybe we'll get one in December before the baby comes. Let's hope. But yeah, stay tuned for my year-end inventory numbers where you can see what products went skyrocketing this year, what maybe dropped off this year, what kind of stayed level in all my categories. And yeah, that is it for this video. As usual, thanks for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I have my Twitter and my Instagram down below. Give them a follow and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!